So many are still waiting for the altcoin season. Many are still asking this question, why is Bitcoin outperforming altcoins? Guys, if you look at this Bitcoin dominant chart, the dominance of Bitcoin is getting stronger and stronger, because right now where we are at one very important line of resistance. Because if the Bitcoin dominant chart manages to flip this resistance into support, I mean around this 48% to 49% range, that means the Bitcoin dominance could get even stronger. And the next target, according to this double bottom formation, according to this breakout from the horizontal channel, our price objective in this case is going to be around 53% and could go up to 57-58%. And if that is going to happen, holding Bitcoin will be more profitable than holding altcoins, and also less riskier, because we know Bitcoin compared to altcoin is less volatile. But we also definitely want to see this breakout happening before confirming or before saying, hey, the altcoin season will be starting soon, because the price because the Bitcoin dominant chart just got rejected around this key line of resistance. So definitely, if you are holding altcoins, then you should definitely monitor this Bitcoin chart as well. Now let's look at Bitcoin price action. But before we jump into the content, please guys, destroy the like button if you haven't done it yet, and for those individuals watching for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now looking at this in a daily time frame, you know I like to keep things simple, because according to this chart here, according to this falling trendline breakout, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to get gravitated around 30,000, 33,000 range before finally choosing a trend direction. Yes guys, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to do a very similar movement, just like as shown in an example. We have broken out of this key line of resistance. We even came back to retest it, and since then we are in an uptrend. But now if you look at the price structure, if you look at this movement here, if exact scenario could be playing out, I mean with some range bound, the price still continuing this uptrend like this, then we know we are definitely waiting for the price to get gravitated around the 30,000, 33,000 range before choosing a trend duration. And it will make a lot of sense. I mean, price getting gravitated around this key line of resistance, key line of area where we could be getting gravitated before choosing a trend direction, because we know according to this broadening top, we talked about this on my yesterday's video. I was very clear. The price in our case has managed to find support above this previous temporary resistance line. This exact line was considered as a very strong line of resistance. We came there, we found support, and since then the price is showing more of a range bound. So in a daily time frame, as long as the price remains above 27,000, we are still expecting the price of Bitcoin to continue this rally here in this manner, because according to this broadening top, the price objective is around 33,000 range. You can see 33,000 is going to be looked as our potential price objective from this broadening top, but we are not expecting the price of Bitcoin to show a movement like this. There will be plenty of shakeout on our way, guys. Those who are over leveraged, this will be a warning video. Why? Because if you are over leveraged, the market could do exactly the opposite. If you are longing Bitcoin with 50, 30, 40x leverage, guys, even though the market could be bullish, right? First, what it like to does, liquidate the over leverage people and then continue uptrend. And if you are overly short, I mean, even if the price does shows a bearishness like this, first it could liquidate you and then again continue this downtrend, because we know in a bigger picture 25,000 to 25,500 is one of the most important line of support for Bitcoin, which we are not allowed to break at any cost. Why? Because if we break below this 25,000 to 25,500 range, then we are breaking the neckline from this inverse head and shoulder, which will invalidate this bullish scenario, which is also projecting the price of Bitcoin could see an attraction towards this 30,000, 33,000 range before choosing a trend duration, because that's exactly the price objective from this inverse head and shoulder. But even if you are going to see any sort of a shakeout, I have been very clear with you guys, right? This neckline, until this neckline support remains, we are not going to panic. But once this neckline support gets broken below 25,000, then only we'll look at the things differently. But for now, since the price is clearly above this 25,500 range and also hovering around this 28,000, we are still expecting the price of Bitcoin to continue this uptrend around 30,000, 33,000 range before choosing a trend duration, because we know in a weekly time frame, I showed you yesterday, the price of Bitcoin is still above 200 weekly moving average. Yes, in a weekly time frame, this 200 weekly moving average is one very important line of support, which we are also not allowed to break, because this exact line acted as a strong line of support, even acted as a strong line of resistance, could be again acting as a support because we are above it. Yes, we are forming some very strong support above 25,000 range for Bitcoin in a bigger frame. So that's why even in the medium short term, if the price does fails to hold the support around 26,000, 27,000, unless we break below the neckline from this inverse head and shoulder, break the support from this 200 weekly moving average around 25,500, we should not panic. And not just only this, guys, what I also want to add today is this Bollinger Band scenario. Yes, according to this daily time frame, according to this Bollinger Band, the price of Bitcoin right now is at the top of this band, I mean around the upper band area. That will also indicate the trend could be forming a very similar movement, just like this one here. I mean some more range bound, right? And then again continue this uptrend. And if that happens, we are saying 30,000, 33,000 could be on the line before deciding the trend duration. And if we do see shakeout without this impulsiveness like this, then until then, even the central line will be around 25,000 range. Right now, it's around 24,600. But if the price does shows weakness, shows a movement in this manner, then until then, the Bollinger Band, the central band, will be around 25,000 range, acting as additional support, because we know as long as the price remain above the central band, we are still expecting this uptrend to continue. And now, guys, now if we look at the price structure, not just in a weekly time frame, not just only in a daily time frame, but also in a smaller time frame. Now, to those individuals seeking for opportunity, to those individuals who are asking me this question, Anup, when will be the Crypto Anup VIP available for us? Guys, the Crypto Anup VIP group is available right now. The link is in the description down below. The simple way to join this Crypto Anup VIP group would be by signing up using this Bybit link and depositing $100. After you have deposited $100, if you are among the first 100 user, you will get 30% cashback, which is going to be very, very useful, and also invitation to join my Crypto Anup VIP group. Yes, guys, once you have signed up using my link here, this Bybit link, and deposited $100, then please fill this form. You will be invited to the Crypto Anup VIP group. Now, let me switch the chart. So guys, now let's look at this in an hourly time frame, because in an hourly time frame, if you would add a rising trend line here to the downside and a falling trend line here to the upside, you can see we are forming this so-called a symmetrical triangle. And in this symmetrical triangle, we cannot say whether it's going to be a breakout here to the upside or a downside, because the price is still inside it. So what usually happens in a symmetrical triangle like this, if the price manages to flip the upper line resistance into support, it is looked as a continuation pattern. But if we break the support from this lower trend line, it is looked as a reversal pattern here in this manner. But in terms of Bitcoin, during an uptrend, what has happened, even after forming this symmetrical triangle, even after breaking the lower band area, the price has showed a movement here like this. I mean, faking out before turning bullish. So this is why I want you guys to be a bit careful and also not to over leverage yourself at this current stage, because we know parallelly in a smaller time frame, the price of Bitcoin has also managed to form a ascending CPR. Yes, guys, this ascending CPR usually gets formed during an uptrend, and in a downtrend we see descending CPR. Yesterday, when the price of Bitcoin formed this descending CPR, you can see the previous day CPR were clearly an ascending CPR, but yesterday we made a descending CPR. I was very clear, if the daily manages to close above the top CPI line, this could still favor the longs, favors the bulls. And this exact thing happened. That's why I made a emergency video yesterday. And now, since this is a ascending CPR, it is giving us some confidence that market, even though if it's going to see some more range bound, it could still favor the longs. So for today, if the price manages to close inside the CPI line, which is going to be between 27,900 to 28,100 range, then the next CPR will be an ascending CPR, indicating the trend has a very likely possibility to continue here to the upside. And for today, guys, our price objective, since the price of Bitcoin is above the CPI line, is going to be the previous day high and monthly R1 line. So the previous day high is sitting around 28,750 range, and R1 line, the first monthly R1 resistance line, is sitting around 28,995, or let's say 29,000 range. So these two lines are looked as our upcoming target for Bitcoin as long as we remain above the CPI line. Because if we fail to find support of the CPI line, then in that case we could also look at the S1 line and previous low as our potential target, 27,300, 27,000 range. But I have been very clear with you guys, please be careful, because market does the opposite. Even though this might favor the shorts in the medium short term, but at the end it could still continue this uptrend here like this. So these were some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, guys, then please destroy that like button, and for those individuals watching for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.